Anthony Albanese now, the Prime Minister, who's speaking.
Earlier tonight, but you probably knew this, Julian Assange was reunited with his family here in Australia. His arrival home ends a long-running legal process. A plea agreement between Mr Assange and the United States Department of Justice was accepted by a US court in Saipan earlier today. I do want to express my appreciation to the United States and the United Kingdom for their efforts in making this possible. As Prime Minister, I have been very clear that regardless of what you think of his activities, Mr Assange's case had dragged on for far too long. I have clearly and consistently, at every opportunity and at every level, advocated for Mr Assange's case to be concluded. I am very pleased that this saga is over. And earlier tonight, I was pleased to speak with Mr Assange, to welcome him home and had the opportunity to ask about his health and to have my first discussion with him. He's safe return.
Rightio, let's just leave the Prime Minister there. We're starting to see people come off the plane right now and walk over, some of the other passengers who are on board and some of those officials who got on board there from Customs and Border Security. They are heading over away from the plane right now. So there's a lot of movement. There is Julian Assange right now. And a cheer from the crowd as well. Julian Assange there dressed in a suit. A confident stride across the tarmac there from Julian Assange. You can hear his supporters cheering out to him, a wave for them as well right now. There is one relieved man back on home soil after 15 years, and a fight where once he thought he might end up in American prison for 137 years. Acknowledging his supporters once again there, heading up the stairs there into the side of the hangar. That is quite an incredible moment of Julian Assange returning home, setting foot on Australian soil. Just pausing for a minute here now too, to look back over to the supporters and then being escorted inside there. Another wave. That is a jubilant man. That is a very happy man to be home after what he has endured. And a huge embrace there. Beautifully and warmly embraced. So much happiness here from the supporters too that I can see. That is quite an incredible moment there of Julian Assange returning home. Hugs for his father, hugs for the supporters there, his wife as well. Welcome home, they're screaming out. Welcome home. Two hands in the air there from Julian Assange again, and then being taken. No, he's coming back over to the edge of the veranda there, fully acknowledging all of the people that have stuck with him for so long. Even the crews on the ground here are honking their horns as Julian Assange heads in there. Out of the cool Canberra night, inside. Another way for the supporters there as well. Absolutely acknowledging all the support that they gave him and thanking them, and very relieved to be home. Chris Reason, that's quite an extraordinary moment there.
Michael, it happened exactly as the world's press had asked it to happen, that we might be able to see Julian step on Australian soil, but it went further than that, much further. Perhaps you couldn't see, but that immediate embrace, the first embrace, and that passionate kiss on the lips, let's just say it, was for his wife, Stella Assange, as she came out and gave him the biggest and most generous of hugs. Just what an incredible moment. The two of them almost inseparable there. Just wonderful to watch. And followed by Jen Robinson, who's Australian long-time lawyer who has fought long and hard. She too collapsed into Stella's arms. This is the end of the road of a very difficult and challenging road that they've been travelling together now for years. Australia just got to share that moment, and that was pretty generous of the family to do that. Stella could have stayed inside, again, I think their way of saying thank you, their way of showing publicly